This is a bar, okay? So when we do on the squat rack, it doesn't matter if you're doing kettlebells, if you're doing weights, whatever you're doing. So depending on whether you want a high bar, so it sits on the top of your traps, or like me, you have a low bar, so it sits on the back of your traps, that's preference, okay? So how it goes is you lock your shoulders back, your chest is high. Now, if you're on a squat machine, the bar cannot move from here. So you have to go down where the bar is now. Look at my knees, straight away. You see where my feet are? If I can't move this bar from here and it's going straight down, look at how my knees are coming forward. So when I go on the squat rack, I have to put my feet here and I have to come back on my chair like this because I can't move this bar. So positioning of your feet on a squat rack is probably one of the most important things. But you can, on a squat rack, do really wide as well, which you can't always do with a normal squat rack. So you can get nice and wide and you can go back, and you can do that with a squat rack really nicely. So you know how we do goblets? That is a nice one to do on a squat rack. If I was going to use a squat rack, wide is probably where I would use it. So just concentrate on when you squat, make sure that your feet. Now, if I was squatting normally, my feet would be here, right? Because I've got that movement in the front. You see how my bar moves from here down to here? So I've got that movement. However, with a squat rack, your bar is fixed. So if I'm going down and my bar is fixed, my knees are going to go over my toes. So I have to bring my feet forward and I have to almost sit back, which is why they use the squat rack to teach people how to squat properly. So when you squat properly, you sit back on the chair, which is what I've always taught you, right? Which this is basically up and down. If you see my shoulders, they don't move. That's a squat rack move right there. You can't come forward or back because you're just sitting back on a chair, which is how I would always teach somebody how to do a squat properly. So when you're using the different things, look at it's not about what you're using, it's your positioning. So once people start on one thing and they try to do it on something else, sometimes they don't look at their body composition, and that's when you start getting problems with your hips, your knees, that sort of thing. So all you need to do is check that your positioning is in line, make sure that you are up and down properly, make sure that you can gain some good pressure on the muscle that you're working. So whether you're using resistance bands to do shoulders or weights to do shoulders, you have to make sure that the movement is correct, okay? Any other questions? Hi, hello Nadia, hi. So yeah, it does feel different. It is exactly the same, but it feels different. And if nobody tells you, one of the most common things you see people doing on a squat rack is because it's fixed, they put their feet underneath because that's what they know a squat to be. And when they come down, they pick their heels up like that. That's one of the most common things that I see, people doing that. As if you were taught how to, it's wrong to say if you're taught how to squat properly, it's wrong for me to say that. If you understand the muscle that's supposed to be working, you will understand that that's the incorrect form to be set up on. So when you're putting your bar on, just check. Do a couple without any weight, or get a bench behind you, and make sure that when the bar comes down, your knees can be slightly forward because they always are in a squat. And there's actually a lot of research to say there is no problem with your knees going over your toes, i.e. that's why footballers do this move and their knee is way over their toe. But if you're not practicing that move a lot, that's when you start to get injuries, which is why this all came about. Because obviously if you're not doing this move a lot like a footballer, so footballers do this, so they have a very strong ankle, so you should be able to put your foot on the wall and touch your knee. So they have this good movement. A lot of people don't have that movement. A lot of people can only come to here. So then when they start squatting and their knees go over their toes, that pulls on those tight muscles and those tight areas that you've never worked before with a lot of weight, and that's when you get those aggravations, that's when you get those problems. So you basically get a tennis elbow in your knees and they hurt. And because you're doing it over and over without correcting your positioning, that's when you start to get problems, which is why on this platform I'm always talking about making sure that you pick up the weights with a flat back, pull your abs in, make sure that you are squatting, make sure you're thinking about the muscle that you're working, slow it down if you need to. These things will save your body from breaking, honestly. They're the smallest things, but they are probably one of the most consistent things that I see all of the time. In every gym, in every class, I've been to so many like Les Mills classes and they're doing body pump and body whatever and whatever, and honestly 70% of the class needs to just stop. You need to stop what you're doing immediately, and these do this 3-4 times a week, constantly like doing the same moves over and over incorrectly. And it's not all classes, but it's 90% of them that I've been in. You can look around and you can say, well, that's why your knees hurt, or that's why your back's hurting, or that's why your elbows are hurting, because most of it is just positioning. Most of it is just understanding that exercise isn't rocket science. As long as you can position yourself correctly and you can continue to carry on doing it in that correct position, then you're not going to get hurt. And if you are training for a sport, i.e. a specific sport like netball, basketball, football, you aren't going to be able to just do squats, blah, blah, blah. You are going to have to do that thing with the knee over the toe, because this movement is your movement. So if you're not making your body move like this and you're not training your body to be quick in this position, again, bang, something's going to pop. How many times do you see a hamstring pop on a footballer? And these are people who train religiously to make those movements fluid. If you are not training for purpose, consistently and in the correct way, then that's when injuries start to come. So for example, if you're not strong in your back and you only just do core, or you only just do chest, or you only do like a certain muscle group, then other parts are going to start feeling that pressure. That's why you have to be a well-rounded athlete. So we train in this platform for life. And that sounds silly, right? Just training just for life. It sounds ridiculous. But that's what we do. So we can move, we can jump, we can lift. We don't just lift light, we lift heavy, we lift quick, we lift slow, we lift for long times, we lift for short period of times. We do cardio and strength together. So what you're doing is you're creating this well-rounded body that can deal with any situation that comes at you. Yeah, I'm not going to say that you're going to be able to lift the most out of anybody that you know. You're not going to be able to run as fast as anyone else you know. But if something came up in your life where you needed to move something, or pick something up, or run after something, or get a bus, or be a bit quicker in certain areas, or learn how to regulate your breath if you're out of breath, these things will help you be strong and live a healthy, happy life. And just everything else that comes out of it will just be a nice figure, glowing skin, good food, just feeling strong and healthy in your body, and having a good mindset. Honestly, exercise will help your mind so much, especially nowadays. I think that the fact that we've all trained together through lockdown has been invaluable. I know I've absolutely loved it. So, yeah. Any other questions? I think I've answered that one. Hello. I feel so much better now. I thought with them this morning. Skip for 5 minutes. Oh, bless you. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Can I save this live so you watch it? I can save it for you, yeah. Makes so much sense. You're welcome, you're welcome. And many from shoulder surgery, you need to warm up every time. So you're doing this one every time. So working through that shoulder, doing this one very slowly, rotating that shoulder cuff. I would get a band and I would do some pull downs with the shoulders like this. I would do that. I would do the face pulls, pull back, warm that shoulder up every time. Treat it like a baby. Treat it like you've brought a Porsche and you need to like look after it every day. So yeah. Thank you, Rach. Oh, thanks, Ruby. I'm very positive. I'm a very positive person, and I tell you why I'm a positive person. I tell you why. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to let things get to you. It's easy to have a bad day and to let that day rule you. It's harder to be positive. Now, probably about, I don't know, I've always been quite positive, but for me, how I look at life is you get out what you put in. So if you're surrounding yourself in yourself, I'm not talking about your friends, I'm just talking about starting with you. If you start with you, and you start with making yourself accountable for how you are and how you present your life. So if you wake up in the morning and you are grateful for a start with gratitude. Be grateful for very small things. That you woke up this morning is a gift. That you're healthy is a gift. That you can move your body is a gift. Like, there are so many people who would just want that, like today. So those little things, you have a roof over your head, you're able to go to the fridge and pull out food today. All of those things seem so little, but it sets your day up with a positive mindset. And then from there, I would say to myself, I'm gonna have a great day, and it's gonna be a great day. Now, I live my life by karma, and I always have. I am literally regulated by karma. I believe that what you give, you receive. If you give more, you will get more. You will never know when. You will never know when it's going to come to you. You will never know how it's going to come to you. But if you purposely give to people, so treat people with kindness, treat people with respect, treat people with how you would want somebody to treat you. If you do that consistently, it becomes a habit. Just like with eating right, just like with training, everything like that, it will all become a habit, and that will make you not even have to think about it. You'll just get up and it will just be how you are. I think that the best way I can describe it is, if you hung around with naughty people all the time, you would find that normal. If you hang around with people who are kind and just give without receiving, if you hang around with people who are respectful, who don't swear, automatically you start on, I won't swear because they don't like it when I swear. I won't do this because they don't like it. Oh, I'm going to give to that because they would give to that. Your movements, your attitude, your boundaries all change. So once you set those boundaries for yourself and you won't accept anything less than that, that's how your day will be. And then when the negatives start to come into your space, automatically you can stop that and say, this is my mind, not me. Your mind controls a lot. Your mind controls your attitude, your mind controls how you want your day to go, your mind controls how you deal with people, your mind controls what you are going to receive. If you are putting things into the universe and there are things that you want, believe me when I tell you, you have to be patient, you have to be positive, you have to be willing to work for those things. But I'll tell you the one major reason that I really think about how I conduct myself always. Whether you followed me for a long time, whether you've only just started to follow me, the reason that I am positive and the reason that I have taken on this, I wouldn't say it's a way of living, but the reason I have decided that this is how my life will be, i.e. I will be positive, I will create a life that I'm happy with, I will create a life that pushes me and inspires me, and I will treat others how I wish to be treated, is, I'll tell you one thing. I don't believe, I'm not very religious. I believe we've all got an energy. I believe the universe listens to us. I believe that you have to say thank you. I believe that you have to put out what you want to receive, and then you will get what you want by working hard and being patient. But if there is just one chance, let's just say there's this much of a chance that there is a heaven, which there might be, and some of you will say yes there is. Whatever religion you follow, I think it's amazing. That's your decision. But if there is no way on this earth that I am going to mess up the chance of getting to see my mum again. There's no way on this earth that I am going to mess up getting to see my sister again. Think about that. Because that's where they will be. If there is a heaven, that's where they will be, because they were good people. So next time you think about how you're going to conduct yourself, next time you think about how you're going to push yourself forward, all of those things, if you have people that you love and you have people that have passed over, whether you're religious or not, there's a good chance, because you don't know, we don't know. We know that the universe was built with a big bang and that we're all made of the same thing and we all have this same energy around us. But let's just say, what if there is somewhere where good spirits go and bad spirits go? There isn't anyone in this world that is going to alter me being able to cross over. And if there is a chance, I want to see my mum, I want to see my sister, I want to see everybody who loves me, I want to see everybody I know. And that, if you think about that, is a good reason not to allow the negatives, not to allow the evil, not to allow the bad bits to come into your life. So as you give to people, as you give more to people, as you share kindness with people, remember that's only going to come back onto you. It won't reflect them. You don't have to worry about what other people are doing. They're their own path, they're their own journey. All you have to worry about is you. Don't worry about if somebody does something to you that hurts your feelings. Remember, that's not about you. That's on them. That's their karma, not yours. You don't have to retaliate with the same attitude. You don't have to retaliate with the same negativity. You don't have to retaliate with the same, all right, I'm going to do that to you then. Fine, let's do this. Because then that's you putting that on you, and that's created your bad karma. So when you're in a situation that feels stressful or feels negative, firstly, I would recenter yourself. Ask yourself, is this how I want to be presented? Is this how I want people to see me? Is this how I feel I am? And if that's not the case, and that's not who you are, then pull back. Pull back from the situation, have a minute, think about how you're going to deal with it, and then go back in. How you would like to be presented, how you would like it to go. If you're feeling that you're feeling down and you're feeling that you're having, a negative day, let's start writing things down. Why do you feel negative? Are there things around you that you can change? Are there things around you that it's in your mind and not actually in your life? Now, if there are things that are actually in your life, are you able to change them? I'll take a very small example. I crashed my car about a month ago. Totaled it. Every day I came in, this hire car's £180. I was like, so expensive. And Teresa went, you can change it though. Just change it. Just go and buy a car. Done. There are some things in your life that are aggravating you that are changeable. You just got to do it. You just got to put your foot down, get it done. So if you are feeling like you are feeling down, or you're feeling stressed, or you're feeling angry, or any of those things, start with you. Start with how you would deal with it. Start with how you would get yourself out of it. Let's say you were talking to a friend. What would you say to them? You would say, get yourself out for a walk. Get yourself in the right frame of mind. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow is a new day. You are going to be fine. Move your body, get some exercise, talk to a friend. I tell you, one of the biggest things that I find, I have a lot of friends who are in their head a lot. And what I mean by that is they overthink everything. As I'm the opposite, I talk the same thing over and over until I understand it. So I will go through the same conversation over and over and over again until I work it out in my head. I don't overthink it. The word is, what would I say? I process it. I process the thought and I work it out, and then I come up with a conclusion of how I'm going to move forward with it. That's how my brain works. I have a lot of friends, especially in lockdown, who overthink everything. And once the negative thought gets in their head and it starts to dwell and it starts to fester, that little tiny thing that started off this big becomes this big. It becomes huge. It becomes ginormous and hard for them to deal with or even comprehend how they're going to move forward. Should I tell you what always pulls them out of it? Talking. Just talking to somebody. Putting it out there and somebody else coming back to them and going, okay, I get that, but why don't you just do this? And they go, well, I've never thought. And just having that person to bounce off, to make you understand that it's in your head, clears the fog. It clears the fog that you have in your head. And I know a lot of you out there, like, I don't want to talk about people, I don't want to talk to anybody, I'm just going to deal with it myself. Nobody wants to hear my problems. Everyone says that to me, you don't want to hear my problems. Well, actually, I do want to hear your problems, because you're my friend, and that's what we're here for. And if I had a problem, I definitely want you to hear mine. So talk to me. And at the end of the conversation, they're different. You can feel the fog lift. You can feel that they feel less stressed because they've managed to get it off their chest. They've managed to just have somebody go, you're okay, this is normal. And I know a lot of you have seen in the paper that this time of year there's a lot more suicides, there's a lot more people who struggle with this sort of thing. Honestly, if you're listening to me right now and you feel like you're in a fog, pick up the phone and talk to somebody. It's honestly 90% in your head. It is a phone call away. You are not on your own. There are people out there that will pick up that phone and they will listen to you. And you know what you need to say is, I'm just feeling a bit down right now. Would you just listen to me? That's the first step. That's the bravest step that you can do. By just being honest and not pretending that everything is fine. Because I don't pretend everything is fine. My followers will know I've been on many lives where I've been crying, or I've been on many I never pretend I'm fine if I'm not fine. And that's something I've been very honest with myself about. There are times in my life where I've had to pretend that everything is fine and it's not fine. And once you become honest with yourself, you'll understand that it's okay. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to have days where you feel rubbish. You're allowed, and you know what? 99.9% of the friends you know, 99.9% of the celebrities you know, all have the same feelings. They all have the same problems, probably on a bigger scale than you would ever imagine, probably hiding it for longer than you ever knew about. The worst thing you can do is deal with it alone. The worst thing you can do is pretend that everything is okay, because we know it's not. Pick up the phone, talk to somebody. If you're having a bad day, they will listen. Say, hey, I just want you to listen to this for a minute. Can I just talk to you for a second? My friends know instantly. If they pick up the phone and they say, I'm feeling a bit down, that's my job. What's wrong? Let's talk about it. Let me listen. And it might be nothing. It might be absolutely nothing. It might be like a grain of salt on the face of, champagne problems. It might be nothing. No first world problems happening. But because they've thought about it and overanalyzed it for so long, it's now become so big that it's almost consumed them. So all you need to do is just reach out to somebody. If you want to reach out to me in my DMs, honestly, I would be happy to listen. Most of the things that are stopping you from reaching your goals, most of the things that are stopping you from being positive in your life, all start in here. Positive mental attitude. And that comes with everything else, practice. It comes with practicing gratitude, it comes with practicing being patient, breathing, stepping back, understanding yourself and how you want to be. Because you don't have to be dictated by other people. That's their thing. You do what you need to do. You lead your life how you need to lead your life. Okay? I know we went on an off turn there, but if that helps anybody today, then it was worth it. So, I'm doing full body today. Are you ready? I'm excited about it. Teresa's coming to train at 5, so I'm excited about that. In the app, if you don't know who we are, the workout is who we are. I will save this live, absolutely. So we're theworkout.com. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lisa. We have a good time. We don't just jump around like a DVD. We absolutely smash it every day. With a little bit of laughter, a little bit of fun, a lot of inside and outside cries. And you are more than welcome to come and join our family. We would actually love to have you. So if you're struggling with finding a place to work out, if you're struggling with just something to follow, we have yoga, we have spin, we have treadmill, sprints, we have full body, we have sandbags, we have kettlebells, we have CrossFit, we have everything. So there is nothing that we are not missing that you cannot have a go at. So, thank you, Caitlin. That's lovely. So yeah, so if there's ever anything you need, or like the people here that follow me will know that we are a family. We are not like a DVD. We're a family. We listen to each other. We help each other. We support each other. And it's not just, I'm from the UK, but we are worldwide. We have people in Australia. We have people in Canada. We have people in everywhere. Mexico, Italy. You're all over there. You're all rocking the flag. But the one thing that brings us all together is the workout. That's the thing that joins us all. So if we ever met in person, this is the thing that brings us all together, that we can all have a common shared interest in. So we push ourselves, we keep ourselves active, we keep ourselves fit, we keep ourselves mentally switched on, we keep ourselves positive. That's one of the big things that we do on here. We never ever let the workout become dull or boring or mundane. It's a daily meet with friends who all work out together, and if you don't think that these workouts work, you can go to the Workout Family and you can see all of the people that are killing it. They are absolutely smashing it. And yes, you see, we are family. That's right, Nadia, who still needs to get rid of that vest. Hey, Lisa. So if you want to train with me, I would be more than happy to train you. We have beginners, we have intermediate, we have advanced, we have super advanced, we have 12-minute to an hour and 20-minute workouts all across the board. And they're all different. None of them are the same. You will learn how to do exercises correctly. You will be taught how to exercise as opposed to told how to exercise, which is huge. So if you want to learn more, if you want to be pushed, if you want to be motivated, if you're just bored and you just need something to do and you're sick of watching Netflix, come and have a banter with me. I'll keep you more occupied in one workout with my stories than any Netflix you'll ever watch, I promise you. If you don't think I've got stories to tell, you need to do one of our workouts because they get super random. Let me tell you, you will learn more about me in 5 workouts than you will in any Netflix. And they are random, let me tell you. So if you want to train with us, you go to theworkout.com, you sign up, you get 10 days for free. That's it. 10 days, you can train with us. Just go through, sign up, and then you can pick your workout. You do it at home. We're generally a home training network, but if you want to do it in a gym, if you want to do it somewhere else, go for it. Put your headphones in, smash it. We have spin, so if you've got a spin bike, or you've got a treadmill, or you've got an elliptical, put your music on, put us in your ears, job done. You can go. We're on every app, so Roku, Google, Apple Play, Apple TV, all of that. It's all over all of the apps. So yeah, and if you're lucky, I might sing you a song while we're training, if you're lucky, because I have an angelic voice. Yeah, the outside cries are real. Like, the outside cries are pretty real. So if you've only just joined me, you've missed a really good coffee talk. I will save this one because I think it's important to save. To do that though, I need to come off this and then come back on it. So I'm going to come off this for a second. Banter. What more could you ask for? So I'm going to come off this, save it, so then I don't lose it, because some of you, if it turns off and goes, then I won't be able to save it. So I will come off, save it, and then I will come back on, and then we will train together. We will do some full body. How about that? And then Majisa is here at 5 o'clock. Can I go live with you and show you my dancing? Is it as good as mine? Does it look like this? If it doesn't, what about this? Do you remember yesterday we were talking about, teenagers yesterday? Teresa was reminding me, some of you that are on right now, and there's not many of you on right now, but some of you will remember, you remember when you used to go clubbing, and you'd be like dancing, and then like the guy would like lasso like that, and then like pretend to pull you in? I was like, oh my God. Do you remember that? Do you remember those days when you used to do like crazy stuff across the dance floor? You'd be like, you, over there. I was always dancing on my own because I don't drink. I was just always on my own. Always. I was just vibing on my own. Everyone else would be so drunk. They'd be somewhere. I'd be just like in the dance floor like this. But do you remember when you used to like, or you'd be like, you do this and you like reel them in. Good times. Kids will never know what a big fish, little fish cardboard box is, or wine the sunroof. Feed the birds. Simple times. They'll never understand what the Macarena was. Hey, Macarena. Do you remember the Macarena? Everyone, don't get me started, because that can take you way back. This is just a very small snippet of one of the random conversations that you will get in most workouts. So you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, the bus driver. For God's sake, we're such a simple time. I won't marry you, no, I definitely won't. A, because I don't know you, and B, honestly, I'd do your head in. You won't want to marry me. Do your head in, honestly. Be giving me back in 5 minutes. You'd be like, God. She's so yeah. Okay. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to train. I need to come out of this so I can stop it and come back in. But I am going to be here in 1 minute. So if you want to train with me, I would love to have you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little talk. I was meant to come on for 10 minutes. My watch says I've done 43 minutes with you. I can talk, mind, right? I can talk. I'm going to save this one, so it will be on the Instagram TV later on today. If you want to share it with a friend, if you don't want to talk to a friend but you just want to share it and go, just thought you might like this. Give it a go. Give it a listen. They might help them. But yeah, you'll have to bust out all those moves in a future get together. Yes, Lise. We'll do it. We'll have a Skype. That's what we can do when we do a Zoom call, Lise. Let's do a Zoom call dance party. We can all pick a song. I'll bring my tunes. Oh my God, I'll bring them. I'll bring the tunes. I'll do it. I'll bring them all. I'll bring all of them. We'll all pick a tune and we'll be like, yeah. You can all get your glasses of wine. I'll get my cup of tea and we'll be in it. We'll do a full like big fish cardboard box evening. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a couple of girls that are the command centre. The command centre control the Workout Family Facebook group. Your name's not down, you can't get in. Don't think that you can be fooled, because they're on you, like that. They're like, I'm on it. You can't get past them, because they know everything. Like, so, but they will be the ones that if you want to get in, they're like, what do you want to come in here for? What, do you know what we do in here? That's what they're like. Like, all of just standing around you going, okay. And you want to train here? Okay. And how did you find out about this little group? We want to know. Put it down in the questions. And if you don't put it down in the questions, they're like, you ain't coming in. If you can't be bothered to type a few questions, you can't come in. So if you want to come to the Workout Family, don't think you're getting in just by requesting, because they'll be on you. So yeah, they'll be there. So yeah, if you want to do that, it is amazing. So we're going to have a Zoom meeting one of these days when we can finally get together, and we are going to have a dance party. I can't wait. You don't have to ask me to dance twice to have a good dance. You don't have to ask me twice to dance. I'm on my own dancing most of the time. Right. Don't you worry, this is for the 3rd week of February, so don't ever worry where you are on the platform. It's not that kind of platform. The workouts are there to keep you moving forward. They're not there that you have to complete them all of the time. It's fine. You might mix up your workout. You might do yoga one day and have a rest day. That's okay. Don't rush it. Your journey is your journey. The thing I never want to happen is that you log onto my platform and you don't have a workout to do. That's what I would hate. The idea is you've always got a fresh workout. You've always got no excuse to get your workout in. Whether it's a combat, whether it's whatever you feel like doing, there's something there. Because how many times do we all want to train and we're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do legs, my legs are sore. You don't have that problem on my platform because there's always a week right there and you can mix and match the week to how you feel. Or you can use the filters to pick something that is how you want to work out today, whether it's just you do yoga, whether some days we just wake up and all we want to do is some cardio. All you want to do is just sit and just sweat it out. I get it. Especially as girls, we don't always want to be jumping around. I get it. So that's why I'm not putting things live for you to have to complete them. I'm putting them live so you always have an option. There's never an excuse not to train. There's never something that you don't want to do. So you can really make sure that you have something that is going to be there for you and you can do it and you can make sure you get your workout in and it'll make you feel better. So that's the reason that all of these workouts go as live as possible. Don't try to do 2 a day. Don't try to do them all at once. Just go through each one, go through the challenge, complete that, and then start on the February ones. I love the fact, if I was on my platform, I would love the fact that they were 3 weeks live, because then I know that I've got something to look forward to. Not like before when we used to do it one day, sometimes you'd like be wanting to train at 2 and there'd be no workout there. So now you have a lot of workouts that you can really pick and choose from. And so it just means that you've got more to pick from, you've got more to do, more things to learn. It's just exciting, right? Yeah, don't look at February yet. Unless you're OCD, you have to do them all in order. I do try to place them in order, but sometimes your body says no. Sometimes your body goes, I'm not doing it, I can't do it. Sometimes your body wakes up and you're just stiff as a board and you're like, I cannot do that. Do not let me do that anymore. I'm over it. So yeah, right, I'm gonna go and I'll see you in 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes and I'm coming back.